Welcome back to Random Talk with NG. I am Ngozi Obiefuna. I want you to take a deep breath before we even start today. A very deep one. Because today's conversation is one of those topics that many of us avoid quietly, unintentionally, but consistently. We're talking about choosing yourself without feeling guilty. This is one of those conversations that sits at the heart of adulthood, where you start noticing the difference between what people expect from you and what your soul is asking you to do. You start realizing that peace is expensive. Energy is not unlimited. Your time, it's not a community resource. And you cannot continue pouring into everyone else while running on fumes, right? So today, let's unpack why choosing yourself feels like betrayal, why guilt shows up so quickly, and how to build a life where your needs don't come last. To start with, let's start with the truth. Most of us were not raised to choose ourselves. Some of us grew up in homes where being good meant saying yes even when you were tired, showing up even when it cost you, being strong even when you were hurting, putting others first even when you were running empty, and swallowing your needs because life is not about you. We were taught compliance, not boundaries, sacrifice, not balance, duty, not self awareness. So now, as adults, the moment you try to prioritize yourself, your brain sounds an alarm like you're being selfish, you're disappointing people. They will think you don't care. For some people, the guilt starts before the decision is even made. But here is the truth, and here is the twist. That guilt is not truth, it's conditioning, and it's a learned reaction. And if something was learned, I believe it can also be unlearned. The real battle is not choosing yourself. The real battle is unlearning the guilt that comes with it. In many African homes, you see the kind of pressure that is put on firstborn children, or first females, or first males. And it just comes with this responsibility that because you are the first child, the responsibility that has been heaped or dumped on you is something that you cannot run away from. And so most times you see it's at the expense of that person's happiness, at the expense of that person's life as well. It costs them a lot. But then maybe because of how we were brought up, everybody decides to say, well, I'll just have to live with it. Other times you could see instances in some households, right, where it seems like one person's light is shining the brightest. They would want to finish that person with lots of financial responsibilities. And then with regards to the cost of abandoning yourself, let's look at what really happens when you don't choose yourself, because sometimes the consequences are louder than the guilt. And this I can relate to. When you constantly ignore your own needs, the first thing is you burn out. Your body will always collect the debt. You either rest voluntarily or your body forces you to. Most times we talk about burnout, but people are always talking about burnout with regards to work, in relation to work. But no one is talking about burnout in relation to, I don't want to say it's people pleasing, because it's not people pleasing. It's in relation to taking on much more responsibility than you were built for. You become resentful, right? You show up, but you feel drained. You help, but you feel unseen. You say yes, but you feel taken advantage of. And then one day you just decide to have this outburst where you make it known that, oh, you show up for people, but people do not show up for you. And it's simply because you've abandoned yourself. That is one of the costs of abandoning yourself. You start shrinking. You become smaller to make others comfortable. You even stop dreaming big because you're too busy meeting demands. You start shrinking. You lose emotional clarity. You can't hear your own voice. Your decisions become reactive, not authentic, because you're not even focusing on what truly really matters to you. You become the reliable one, but not the fulfilled one, because you've taught them that you always say yes. And here is a hard truth. When you abandon yourself, people assume it's okay to keep taking from you, because you've taught them that you will always say yes, you will always be available, I'll always come through for you. Even when you're drowning, even when you're dying. Now, choosing yourself is not only for your own good, it teaches people how to treat you. Let me add that somehow, you lose respect in the face of people. Or as some people will say, you lose face, right? Because people just see, oh, this one is always available. If I call this one will always show up, right? So, but what does choosing yourself actually look like? With regards to real life situations, choosing yourself looks like one, saying no without explaining your entire life story. Oh, because are you going to be able to show up? I should be able to say, no, I can't make it. I don't need to say, no, I can't make it because I need to go to the market, because I need to rest, because I need to do this, I need to do my laundry. No, I can't make it. Complete. No, I'm resting today. No, this does not work for me. And stopping there. I have a particular set of friends who know that if you invite me on some particular days or at a particular time, you won't see me there because I need to rest. And I tell them, no, I won't be able to show up. Or I may be out with them, and then when it's time for me to leave, I say, you guys, I have to leave. And they know. And the next thing they'll say, start again. We know. I say, yes, thank God you know. I need to go and rest. Like you guys. Choosing yourself means your no is complete. It doesn't need evidence. Now, give yourself permission to rest before you collapse. Rest is not a prize. You don't earn it. You need it because you are human. Make sure you rest. If not, your body will force you to rest. Walk away from relationships that are one-sided. Your loyalty should not make you miserable. Love does not require self-abandonment. If that relationship is not serving you anymore, then you walk away from it. Or if you are the only one who keeps pouring into that relationship, walk away from it. I decided to stop being friends with someone because it just felt as though it was a one-sided friendship. I tried so many times to have conversations to extend the arm of friendship, or more like to keep the friendship going. But then I just realized that it was draining. And then I decided to choose myself. And the moment I chose myself, I realized that indeed it was a one-sided friendship. Because maybe the person did not notice, maybe the person did not care anymore. Someone will be wondering, oh, are you sure you reached out to the person? Maybe life is happening to the person. Yeah, life is happening to all of us. And then you give loads and loads of chances, and then you just realize one day that nope, it was more parasitic than mutual. Choosing peace over people pleasing. Peace that costs you yourself is just too expensive. I have friends who say, if it will cost me my peace, I am not interested. My siblings are fans of, if it is going to cost me my peace, everybody should just be on their own. Choosing yourself is taking opportunities that stretch you, even if others don't get it. Some people will never understand your growth, and that's fine. It's not their journey. Some people will never understand why you chose to relocate to a country that is not one of the trendy, countries for relocations, and that's fine. I remember sometimes I have conversations with a particular acquaintance, and then for every time we have a conversation and the relocation topic comes up, I mention some not so popular countries, and he goes, why do you want to choose that? Why can't you choose this one? Why can't you choose? I'm like, bro, you chose yourself, right? You did this for yourself and you moved to this place. Why do you feel like I need to conform or I need to come there simply because you believe it is best or it is the best place to move to? It's not your journey. It's my journey. And so I understand. Or you tell someone that I am quitting my job to start business, or I'm quitting business just to go back to 9 to 5, and they will talk and talk and talk. But they really do not understand your growth because it's not their journey. Another one is protecting your time like it's currency. Maybe growing up, we all felt like we had so much time on our hands, right? Like, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that. No, protect your time like it's currency because it is. It's the most valuable currency that you own. Time spent, time not spent. It's a currency that you're spending already. Set boundaries that feel uncomfortable at first. Growth is uncomfortable, but discomfort is not danger. Setting boundaries simply means, hello, you want us to work the weekend, but unfortunately, I will not be available between 8 to 10 because I'll be at mass. I will not be available between 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. because I'll be in the mosque, right? 2 hours, nothing will spoil. Hopefully, nothing will spoil. But everybody should be able to reassess. Will things go bad those 2 hours that you are away? Because what is even more painful is after I have sacrificed that 8 to 10, it's not as if we would end up meeting that deadline that day. It will still be for another century or for another hour or for another period. It is painful. And so I should be able to set boundaries that it may feel uncomfortable at first for me and for whoever, but discomfort is not danger. Again, allow yourself to want more and without shame. You're not too much. You're not asking for too many things. You're just evolving. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It is self-respect. And that is why you can decide to wake up and quit that job that is toxic. You can wake up and quit that toxic friendship. You can wake up and decide to move away to an environment where you know you will pay lesser rent, because where you were, you do not need to pay so much money just to please people that you have arrived. You can actually allow yourself to dream beyond your current career, to want more beyond your current workplace, to want more beyond your current level. Choose yourself. After hearing me scream, choose yourself, choose yourself, choose yourself, then you're asking, Ngozi, how do I choose myself without feeling guilty? And here is where we get practical. The first is to name your feelings. When guilt shows up, pause and ask, is this guilt or is it conditioning? Most times it's conditioning. Build boundaries in layers. Start small. Maybe you could start with, I'll get back to you, or let me check my schedule, because small boundaries build confidence. I had someone reach out to me and she said, Ngozi, what do I do? I have an exam in 2 weeks. There's this project I've been working on for a long time. And then all of a sudden, everybody has woken up and I'm not prepared for my exam. And then I asked her, if things do not go right in that exam, and then maybe, God forbid, you fail the exam, the people that were disturbing you, making you spend half of your hours, half of your reading hours, doing that same work that has been on for over 6 months, what would they tell you? It's a sorry that they will tell you. The hundreds of thousands you've paid is gone. The time you've invested is gone. Remember that you're not responsible for everyone's emotions, right? You can be kind and still be firm. Your boundary is not a weapon, it's clarity. Practice making decisions without asking for permission. More adults are still waiting for approval that they don't need. Sit with discomfort instead of running from it, because the guilt fades with time, but only if you stop running back to self-neglect. How about you taking yourself seriously? If you don't honor your time, your energy, your goals, who will? So I heard my friend Jennifer once say that she does not take calls from non-family members as from 9 p.m. and she's stuck to it. And the one time she decided to let it, to let that fly, she saw how she was disrespected. And so if you do not honor your time, who will? And don't forget to repeat this affirmation. Taking care of myself is not selfish. It is necessary, it is allowed, it is my responsibility. Because choosing yourself is not taken from anyone. It is giving yourself what you were always denied. So this week, I want me to choose ourselves once, in one moment, in one decision. Say no, rest, decline, step back, speak up, walk away, or choose the option that brings you peace. Just once, and see what shifts inside you. Your body knows, your mind knows, your spirit knows that this is the direction you've been needing. Thank you for joining me on Random Talk with Angie. Today's conversation is your reminder that you matter. Your needs matter. Your peace matters. Your energy matters. And choosing yourself is not selfish. It is wisdom, it is healing, and it is strength. Don't forget to share this episode with someone who needs permission to choose themselves too. And until next time, choose you always.